this year, because soon the gates to prosperity are going to close forever. They will close forever, and your chance will be gone. Your entire bloodline will remain poor forever because of you.
Maybe right here, you people are thinking.
The Great Lock-in 2026. I can't help. Quitters. Nobody can help a quitter. God can't help a quitter. God could give you a plan and said you can have everything you've ever desired if you follow this plan. If you quit halfway through the plan, you're not going to have what you desired. So nobody can do it if you are a quitter. If you don't work and you quit, you are going to fail. Here's the important question. It is January 3rd. Have you given up yet? You were all excited and motivated, and you promised you're going to be dedicated and do all these amazing things, but New Year's is over now, and all the hype is over, and you've told everyone your resolutions, and no one cares anymore. You're still kind of doing them. You're still going to the gym, because you said you would, but are you really training? Or are you slowly fizzling out? By like the 15th, 16th, you would have quit by then, wouldn't you? Because you were excited, but you're not excited anymore. And you can only do things that are hard when you're excited about them, which is why your life sucks. You need to do things that are hard because they must be done. That is the difference between dedication and motivation. So I ask you, be honest. Have you lost some of your gumption? Have you lost some of your excitement towards those goals, towards those dreams you were trying to achieve? If you've lost 1% motivation towards the things you promised you would achieve in 2026, then you are guaranteed to quit this year. That's the best thing about being dedicated. You don't need motivation. As your moods change, as the weather changes up and down, nothing changes because things must be done and they get done. So ask yourself if you are motivated or dedicated. If you're motivated, you don't stand a chance. If you're dedicated, you're going to get it done irregardless of how terrible you feel. I'm never motivated, but I am dedicated. I hate training, but I don't miss it. 2025 has been a monumental disappointment on nearly every level. It has disappointed us, but you are better. The devil cannot trick you. The devil will not demoralize you. You will not give up. You will not sit and believe it is impossible. Everybody else around you will cower and fail. You are better than that. You are not a crab in a bucket. You're a full-grown man, and if you want to win, you need to win today. God is sitting there waiting for somebody to put their hand up and say, look, I work harder than the others. Look, I've tried harder than everyone else. I worked on the days I was sick. I worked on the days I was tired. I dedicated myself and did exactly what you wanted me to do. Please bless me with the best possible existence any man on earth could have. The time was going to pass anyway, friends. I didn't have to do this fight camp, you know? I could have just said, no, I'm not doing any fight camps. I'm too old. I've been retired for too long. I'm just going to eat food and drive cars and party, be famous and be rich like every other guy.
Just gonna stop this, and now I'm going to discuss the truth, like why, like just stay with me. Okay, here's a question of many people, like why price didn't come back to the here. Okay, I have the answer. Can you see? This is the 830. This is the 930. बेसिकली ये वो टाइम फ्रेम है. इन टाइम फ्रेम्स में मूव्स आते ही आते हैं, बिकॉज ये वो टाइम फ्रेम है जिनमें रियल टाइम ट्रेडिंग रियल में हो रही होती है, नॉट फ्रॉम द डिटेल ट्रेड्स but from the hedge, from the big traders, from the bank traders. यहाँ पे ट्रेडिंग हो रही होती है. Can you see that? ये जो moves हैं मुझे, as a trader you don't have to care about these moves if you don't trade the if you trade the New York session. So you don't have to like care about these moves. You just have to care about these moves that is happened in this time window. You just have to care about this move. So now I'm going to tell you. Wait a minute, I'm just going to tell you. If anyone is watching, by the way, okay, if anyone is watching from the like for this, if anyone is watching, comment down this video so I can engage with you, and then I will tell you every question. जो तुम क्वेश्चन पूछोगे मैं आंसर करूँगा. कैन यू सी दिस ट्रेड? मुझे पता है, आई नो कि इस टाइम विंडो में ये मूव आना है. नो मैटर इट्स बुलिश और बेरिश, इट्स डिपेंड्स. बट मुझे पता है इस टाइम फ्रेम में बैठूंगा, मैं 2 घंटे बैठूंगा, मुझे पता है ये मूव आना है. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल मैं बाद में एक्सप्लेन करूँगा, बट पहले इफ़ यू आर ऑलरेडी वॉचिंग दिस वीडियो, फर्स्ट कमेंट डाउन सो आई कैन टेल यू. मैं इस वीडियो को जितना ये वीडियो जितना छोटा मैं ट्राई करूँगा ये वीडियो छोटा ही रहे, but still okay, but I don't know who is watching. Okay, by the way, this is moving good. And by the way, I set my TP here. Like I'm risking now, my risk is 0% right there, and my trade is at break even, and my TP is already at the 3%. So the question is that why price didn't come to this? Okay, the answer is that can you see any period in this whole move? Of course, if we draw this grading from this, of course we have above premium. Of course, अगर हमें sell करना है तो हमें इस 0.5 points के above sell करना है. But why we don't? Why we sell here? Why I sell here? Because can you see there is no any period है, like कोई fair value gap यहाँ पे मुझे नहीं दिख रहा, कोई period है नहीं दिख रही. That's the main reason I'm not selling here. So that's why I'm selling here. And the other reason is the time. I have 9:30. This is the time that where the real traders, where the banks moves, where the action. This is by the way 9:30 New York time, and this is the main reason I'm taking this trade. So first of all, after 8:30, can you see this run on liquidity? This is the manipulation, and by this we can also see how far it goes. Let's see from this point to this point, and let's see where it goes. 2 and 3, possibly maybe this point, but I'm gonna take this one. And okay, mainly what is the setup? मैं तुम्हें एक रियलिटी में बताऊँ. ऑफ कोर्स ये ऊपर जा सकता था इन हाइज के लिए, बट क्यों नहीं गया? बिकॉज ऑफ टाइम. क्योंकि अगर ये मैं गारंटी देता हूँ, अगर ये शायद मैं इस पर, ओके गारंटी को छोड़ो, मैं जो मूव हो रहा है उसके बारे में बताता हूँ. Can you see after 8:30 there is a run on stops, and there is a little down move, then there is back after 9:30 price come back into this. What is this? This is a 1 minute time fair value gap. Look at this. Can you see this fair value gap? price comes down and give again the expansion. This is the 1 minute expansion, and this is the retracement in what? This fair value gap. Can you see this fair value gap? And also this, but I prefer this. So this is the fair value gap. I'm gonna enter here, and now you can see it's moving. This is the main trend. Oh, now I'm telling you, I also entered a buy trade where I can, मैंने buy trade क्यों open किया मैं तुम्हें बताता हूँ. Because yesterday we have a loss, and loss इस तरह था. I okay, वो loss मैं पिछला पहले ट्रेड शेयर करता हूँ. I know कि प्राइस यहाँ पे 830, can you see 830? यहाँ पे 830 पे प्राइस डिस्काउंट पे है, बट आई डिडंट बाय फ्रॉम हियर because I think price is gonna in the premium and comes down and take these drops. But what price does? Can you see this range? Price have to come to this for, अगर प्राइस ने नीचे जाना है तो प्राइस को इस प्रीमियम आना पड़ेगा, because if you don't know about the price you can take these two things. First is premium and discount rates. तो हम प्रीमियम में सेल करना चाहिए और डिस्काउंट में बाय करना चाहिए. This is the conclusion. And can you see that price comes down and boom. After that, see it. Okay, can you see? This is the, by the way, mitigation block. Okay. Maybe we have a retracement to the upside. Of course, my trade is already at the break even, so I didn't care. So how much? 2 people is watching. Okay. So अभी यहाँ पे मैंने यहाँ पे बाय किया था. मैं बताता हूँ मैंने बाय किया था. मैंने बाय किया था यहाँ पे इस कैंडल. प्राइस ऊपर गया, फेयर वैल्यू गैप में हिट किया. मेरा ऐसा था यहाँ पे इस कैंडल ने फेयर वैल्यू गैप को हिट किया. सो जब इस कैंडल ने ये हिट किया तो आई एम प्रीटी श्योर कि प्राइस इज गोइंग टू गो डाउन, बिकॉज अब प्राइस में ऊपर नहीं है. और बुलिश ट्रेड का जो बैक पे माइंड सेट था वो ये था कि प्राइस को इस प्रीमियम में जाना चाहिए सेल करने के, बिकॉज प्रीमियम में कोई पीरियड है नहीं. तो ऑफ कोर्स ये हाइज तो एटलीस्ट लेना चाहिए, बट नो, what price does? Look at this. This is because of time. Mainly this is because of time. So that's the main reason I'm taking this trade. And it's going good. I love that.
And this day would have come anyway. I don't know how else to explain to you people at home that time is running out. Time for the world. It's all running out. Everything is going to change. And impatience is the most important word for you to have going into 2026. Write it down somewhere, put it on your bedroom wall, stare at every single day, and make sure that you get up and you instantly get things done. Everything in the world is for money. The only reason you have food to eat is because you have money. The only reason you have a house to live in is, once again, for money. Therefore, if the punishment for a crime is a fine, if the punishment for a crime is financial, then that means it's perfectly legal to do for money. It's perfectly legal to park where you're not supposed to park for money. It's perfectly legal to smoke where you're not supposed to smoke for money. Everything is perfectly legal as long as you can afford it. The real crimes they put you in jail for, okay, that's a crime. But the other ones, where you just have to pay some money, they're perfectly legal. Why do you think the banks keep stealing? Why do you think Wall Street keeps stealing? Oh, this bank was charged a fine of 10 billion after stealing 20 billion. Fraud, Chad, along with the Somalis. Understand that fines are just to stop poor people from doing things. But rich people, we know about fines, and to stop poor people from doing it, so rich people can continue to do whatever they like. You can't let all the brokies do everything. Imagine the parking mess if brokies could park wherever they wanted. As soon as you slap a $300 fine on it, perfect parking everywhere for the rich. You understand? It's the same with everything. Same with banking, same with making money, same with opening a business. If we let the poor people do it, then we can't, exploit it. So it's not about stopping anyone doing anything. It's just about stopping the poor people from taking our opportunities and getting in our way. I hate to be a ruthless capitalist, but I lived my life and I've realized that I've never, ever been in a situation and regretted having loads of money. Whether I was in jail and I could pay for my mother and my children, whether I had legal problems and I could hire the best lawyers, whether I went driving and my car broke down and I could just abandon the car, I didn't care if it got stolen. It doesn't matter. There's never been a time in my life where having loads of money was bad. It's always an advantage. It's a cure-all. Same with strength. These are the two things that you can never get enough of. Because once you get enough, you get to observe the game from above. You get to watch the ants argue and scatter around like I do. As a man, you dedicate your life to other people, and the best thing about my monumental successes is being able to take care of my mom and my family and the mothers of my children and all of my friends or anyone else who needs help, and trying to be as useful as possible to the people I care about. That's the best thing about my success. I don't care about the house I live in. I don't really care about the car I drive. I don't care about any of that stuff. None of us do, but you want your woman to be happy, you want the kids to be happy, you want your mom to be happy. So that's the best thing about my monumental successes, absolutely. You must become massively impatient. Time is up. Everything is getting worse. All of the dreams and aspirations you have for 2026 must be enacted now. If you want to get rich, you need to make money now. You cannot save money. You cannot sit around hoping that money comes later. You can't put it in a 401k and wait 10 years. Who says there's going to be an economy in 10 years? Who says there's even going to be a dollar left in 10 years that's not already in fucking Somalia? It is over. Time is up. Mass impatience. Mass action. You must do everything that you want to do instantly, without compromise, without respite. Your time is up to win. My mega yacht, I have a mega yacht. My mega yacht, my 26 million dollar yacht. It is parked next to all these other yachts, and all these people work for NGOs. It's weird. It's like, how did you get 27 million? How did you get 27? Some people have bigger yachts than me, and nobody has a job. But you have a job, and you pay taxes, and they don't. You do. You should be very excited by the things which feel like a slow grind, which feel like make sure that the rent is paid. It's a choice you must make, and it's binary, and you must be extremely dedicated towards the decision you finally make. Absolutely everything as a man is your responsibility. It's your responsibility to become your best and brightest version of yourself. And you're not going to do that simply by talking it into existence. You need to live it into existence. You need to go out there and do things which are genuinely difficult, genuinely stressful, which are genuinely scary, so you can become the man you want to be. So you have to take responsibility for these things, and you have to seek them and choose and find the correct difficulties for you to overcome so you can build a character worth having. I believe that it's pain that teaches. I don't believe men especially can learn any way besides pain. We talk about learning a lesson the easy way or the hard way, and I'll tell you something. We've all been offered chances to learn a lesson the easy way our entire lives. And guess what? We didn't learn anything, and we kept doing it. It's natural, intrinsic inside of men. You'll see a man drive a car too fast and almost crash 100 times, and he won't. Learn his lesson until he's crashed that car. We only learn things the hard way. It's only pain that can teach a man. Every single time something bad happens to me, that's how I see it. I see it as God teaching me to make me more wise, more formidable, a more capable opponent. And that's how you have to approach life. Every single hero in every single movie goes through adversity. There's never been a hero movie where all he does is win. No, to be a hero, you have to suffer. If you're suffering in some degree, even if you're a normal guy with a normal job and you're suffering at your job, or you're heartbroken because your girl left you, or whatever. If you're suffering, that's part of your hero's journey. There is no hero's journey without suffering. If you have an easy life the whole way through, you never get to be a hero. That's the whole point of being a man, is that you're supposed to suffer. You're supposed to eat pain for breakfast. You're supposed to come and grow into a better version of yourself. That's exactly what life's supposed to be about as a man. If you want to be a superhero in life, you need to understand that for 80% of the movie, you're going to suffer. For 80% of the movie, you're going to lose. Watch any superhero movie. For 80% of the movie, it is nothing but pain and frustration and difficulty. And when your life is that way, you have a chance to grow into something fantastic, and you should thank God for every difficult thing he puts in your path. Think about a superhero movie. A man is unfairly imprisoned in a Romanian jail cell and trained so hard he emerges stronger than ever before. That is a movie. You get to live a movie as a man if all you had was some balls. We are living movie scripts. Why? Because we have bravery. Most men sit there and wonder why they're depressed, because you don't get to live a movie. You're not the main character of anything. You're not even a secondary character in anyone else's movie. You're an unimportant nobody because you were a afraid your entire life. You've lived like a coward your whole life. You were afraid of what might happen if you have some balls. And then you wonder why you're depressed. I'd be depressed if I was you. Of course, your life sucks. I'd rather go to jail as me than live free as you. Because when you're free, you can't even do anything. You can't go where you want. You're broke. You can't have sex. Girls don't want you. You can't speak because no one listens. So what are you free to do? You're more in jail than I ever was. The system does not make rules for the good of you. It makes rules for the good of the people who make the rules. And a lot of the life paths laid out to the average man at home today is not for their own good. It's only going to lead them to depression and misery.
Do you think you're a force for good?
I absolutely not really know I'm a force for good, because I'm a force for truth. And truth is a good thing. Without truth, we're going to end up in absolute tyranny and slavery, and we're already on our way. There. I think there's a whole swath of the population, especially young men, that feel disenfranchised. I haven't put a magic spell on the world. The fact that people like what I say means that they agree with me deep inside. They may be afraid to say it themselves, but I am seen as a bastion of free speech and a bastion for masculinity as a whole, because a lot of men are largely forgotten about. I mean the best for people. I want everyone to be successful. I want the world to be a better place. And I think the world's a better place based on the back of strong men who stand up for what they believe in. I think that's how the world's always been a better place. The Matrix programming says the opposite. They're telling us that to be a better place, all the men need to be weaklings and compassionate without any morals or without any hard lines or beliefs, and they must talk in a very, very soft way, and we need to be very, very compassionate and very, very tolerant and all these things. But if you look at history, the only times things were peaceful and nice is when strong men stood up with their swords and said, no, this is mine and this works this way and no one's going to come fuck with it. I think that masculinity and strength is what makes things beautiful. It's what preserves things, and it's what we need more of. This is what's missing from the world. Masculine men have a duty to provide and protect those they care about. We have a duty to do things we don't feel like doing because we know we're supposed to do them. And it's your duty as a man. To stand up and say, I want to be as important and strong and good-hearted and God-fearing as possible, and I need to work hard to achieve those things. If you cannot control your own mind, then you are just a feather in the wind of life, because your own mind is the only thing you can control. You can't control the weather. You can't control other people. You can't even control whether your heart stops beating. You might have a heart attack tomorrow. You can't control anything. Besides what you think.
There's no such thing as too much masculinity if it's genuinely masculine. Genuine masculinity is not out here to hurt people. It's absolutely the opposite. It's out here to protect. And when bad things happen, they call and die. And the dangerous thing about overly emotional men is that they're dangerous. They're genuinely dangerous. This is what's crazy. All these people who talk about toxic masculinity and how bad it is for men to be traditionally masculine. A traditionally masculine man does things he doesn't feel like doing because it is his duty to do them. He charges into the burning building because it is his duty. Not because he feels like it, because it is his duty. We're now teaching the new generation of men that they don't have duty and they can just act on their feelings and act how they feel, and they don't have to act as a man should. Do you know what happens when you get men who just act how they feel? You get school shooters, you get violence, you get rapists. Men who do not control their emotions are dangerous. If you find a man who is stoic, he's not going to hurt people. He's going to sit and think about his actions very carefully, and he's going to be a good man who protects for and provides for his family. You find a man who just acts out on impulse and does whatever he feels like, you're going to find a dangerous man. Sitting here telling men to cry more and act with their feelings and it's okay to feel this way, that way, etc., and have no self-control. That is why we have the problems we have in the world. Absolutely and utterly wrong. So when they talk about toxic masculinity, they have it completely inversed on its head, completely and utterly wrong.